My name is Tianna Christine, and today we are out on the beach in the nice, beautiful tropics. I hope that you, although you may not be able to see the water, hopefully that you can hear it. And we're going to get into a nice flow. This is a really nice and bright location, so hopefully you're able to take it in. So let's first get started with some cleansing breaths, just taking in the breeze. Maybe you feel the breeze, but just taking it in. So taking a deep inhale, in, breathe, lift the hands up. Exhale, take the hands down. Inhale, bring the arms up. And exhale, take them down. Maybe roll out the wrist on the way down. Maybe taking one hand down, right hand down, left arm sweeps up overhead. Gaze up. And taking it over to the opposite side. One more time like that on each side. And same on the opposite. And just taking your hands down, roll out your shoulders. Give yourself permission to just be in this moment, because that's what it's all about. So give yourself permission for that. So we're going to come up to our tabletop position. Your hands are going to stack right underneath of your shoulders, knees stack underneath of your hips. Let's start our cat-cow. Inhale, lower the belly, gaze up. Exhale and arch, tuck the tailbone, tuck the chin. Inhale to reverse. Exhale and arch. Remember to release the shoulders away from the ears. Keep breathing. Let's go ahead and push back to a child's pose. Bring your knees out as wide as your mat. Big toes to touch. Push back into your heels. Maybe the forehead comes down. Allow those forearms to release, shoulders away from ears. Just letting your body surrender right here. Keep breathing. Taking that gaze towards the hands, coming back to your tabletop position. Tuck your toes, push back, downward facing dog. Pedal your feet out here. This is our first one, so we want to make it nice. Taking those feet to stillness, walk the gaze up towards the belly, tucking your chin, pressing away with fingers. Walking our hands to the back of the mat. Coming into a nice forward fold, keeping the knees bent as much as possible. Maybe grabbing opposite elbows, gently swaying from left to right. Taking a moment to pause, releasing the hands, slowly bringing yourself up to a standing position, one vertebrae at a time. Bring arms up overhead. And exhale, go ahead and take your hands down to your mountain pose. Let's go ahead and walk ourselves to the top of our mat. Just take a moment here to breathe. I'm taking in that breeze. Yes, breeze. On that inhale, let's slowly bring the arms up overhead. Exhale, forward fold. Let's take a flat back here. We're going to step ourselves back into our tabletop position or a plank. So if table is here, go ahead and take your tabletop. Or if you'd like to come into your full plank, shift the weight over the balls of the feet. Lower yourself down. We're going to press up. So upward facing dog here, or feel free to keep the knees down, whatever feels good to you. And let's go ahead and transition back to our downward facing dog. Taking nice breaths here as you walk the gaze up towards the belly. Come into your forward fold, front or back of the mat, whatever feels comfortable for you. And on that inhale, slowly curl back up. Extended mountain, arms overhead. And exhale, bring it down. We're gonna go and continue that sun salutation experience. So let's go ahead, get back into it. Inhale, bring the arms up overhead. Exhale, forward fold. Let's take a flat back here. Plant the hands, step back, we flow it out. We meet in our downward facing dog. However you'd like to get there, even if you'd like to just push back to downward facing dog, doesn't matter, however you get there. Take 2 breaths here. Gently coming to your forward fold. Inhale, bring those arms up overhead. All right, we got 2 more sun salutations just like that, forward fold. Take a flat back, plant the hands, step back, we flow it out. Push back to your downward facing dog. Let's go ahead and take our forward fold. Whatever feels good to you. Inhale, come all the way up. Exhale, last one right here, forward fold. Let's take a flat back. Plant the hands, we step back, we flow it out. Very nice, just like that. Keep breathing. And let's come to our forward fold. On that next inhale, we slowly come all the way up. Bring the arms up overhead. We're gonna grab our right wrist, slowly hinge over towards our left. Coming back to center, grabbing your opposite wrist, slowly hinging over. Taking it back to center. Exhale, forward fold, come on down. Let's take a flat back here. Plant the hands. Let's bring it all the way down. Let's flow it out. Remember to breathe. I'm gonna lift that right leg up towards the sky. Let's go ahead and bend it. Bring it through to frame the hands. Let's come up for our high lunge right here. Adjust the wiggles and shakes, that's okay. Bend into, see, I'm not on stable ground here. Bend into your front knee. There you go. We're on the ball of that back foot. Keep breathing. Lift up through the chest. And on that exhale, take it down. We flow it out. If you're on stable ground, that's where it's extra beneficial for you to stay nice and balanced. I am not on stable ground. Makes it a little bit harder. All right, let's do the same thing on the opposite leg. Lift that left leg up and bring it through. We frame the hands. Let's come up for our high lunge on this side. Remember to press into that front foot, bend into the front knee, lift through the chest. On that exhale, take it down. Oh, this feels good. Step it back, flow it out. There we go. All right. Take 2 more breaths right here. We're gonna build on that sequence. So coming back to that right leg, lift it up. Let's go ahead and bend it open here. Open up our hip. Take 1 full breath. And then let's take that foot through. Bring it towards the hands, framing your hands. We're gonna pivot that back foot. Let's come up for our warrior 1. Bend into your front knee. And after that breath, remember knee tracks right over ankle. Open up into your warrior 2. Keep that bend into your front knee. Inhale to reverse. Feel the breeze. I know I feel it. Hopefully got a fan on. Side angle, take the forearm down, sweep the arms up overhead, open up through your chest. You got this. Maybe gaze up towards the hand. And on that inhale, we reverse. Exhale, let's go ahead and windmill the hands down. We step back and we flow it out. We come back to our downward facing dog. So maybe you like to meet in downward facing dog and you don't have to do the whole flow. Completely up to you. Let's go ahead with the opposite foot. So we bring hands together, take that opposite leg up, bend it open up the hip. And let's bring the foot through to frame the hands. Pivot your back foot, warrior one right here. There we go. On that exhale, open up, warrior two. Keep that bend into your front knee. Let's inhale, let's reverse our warrior. Take the gaze up. Keep the bend into the front knee. Exhale to side angle. Take it down. Want to lift through the chest, so gaze up towards the elbow as you stack shoulder on top of shoulder. Inhale to reverse. Exhale, we windmill the hands down as we step it out and flow. Let's take 2 breaths here in our downward facing dog. Gazing up towards our belly. Releasing shoulders. Let's come to our forward fold. As you relax yourself in that forward fold, think about the hinge at the hips, taking the weight into the balls of your feet. So slowly shifting yourself forward. If that feels comfortable and feels good for you today, let your head surrender. Come back to your breath. We're going to take a bend into our knees. Let's go ahead and sit in our chair for our chair pose. Let yourself relax here. Sink right nice deep into it. We're going to take hands to heart center. Hands to heart center as we take our right elbow to the outside of our left thigh. Gaze up. Gaze up here. Taking it back to center, over to the opposite side. Gaze up towards that elbow. Coming back to center, bringing both arms back up overhead. Remember to squat down nice and deep. Sink into it. Now you should be at the top of your mat right here. We're going to go ahead and step the right foot back. Come back into our lunge. Lift through the chest, nice and stable right here. Come back to your chair pose. We're going to do the same thing on the opposite side, so step the opposite foot back, bend into it, lift up through the chest. Release your shoulders away from your ears. And step right back into your chair pose. So get nice and comfortable right here. And then on that exhale, let's go ahead and forward fold. So take everything down, release it out. Maybe even give yourself a rock from left to right. Go ahead and come down, step it back, flow it out. We meet in downward facing dog. Feel free, if downward facing dog is not in your practice, to go ahead and relax, take child's pose. Whatever you like to do, whatever feels good to you. Take 2 more breaths. And let's walk our hands to the back of our mat this time. So walk your hands to the back. Release yourself here. On that inhale, slowly curl yourself all the way up. Exhale, take it down. Very nice. We're going to walk ourselves to the side of our mat. So walk yourself out to the side. Get yourself nice and comfortable. We're gonna have our feet parallel. So whatever feels good to you, I want you to bend into one knee. Bend, bend, bend. Bend into the opposite knee. And then maybe we hold it here. So maybe make your stance nice and wide. We're gonna hold it on one side. Hold, hold, hold. And then we're gonna switch, transition to the opposite side. Again, doesn't matter what side, we're gonna do both of them. Yes, breathe. Yes, breathe. And take it back to center. Inhale, make sure those feet are parallel. Inhale, bring the arms up overhead. Exhale, forward fold, take it all the way down. Take the hands all the way down towards the mat. Taking your head towards the mat, release your shoulders. Let everything relax right here. Maybe your head comes down towards the mat. Maybe you invite a little block, whatever feels good for you. Take mention and notice to your knees, not letting your knees fold in too much. So if those knees can rotate outward, keeping that opening in the hips, maybe you come down a little more. Shifting the weight into the balls of the feet, feeling the stretch in the back of the leg. And on that next inhale, as we slowly curl ourselves all the way back up, just letting your body naturally come up. Inhale, bring those arms up overhead. We're gonna grab our right wrist again, lean over towards our left side like we did in the beginning. Taking it back up to center, grab the opposite wrist, lean over towards the opposite side. Gaze up towards the ceiling or the sky. Take it back up to center. We're gonna pivot, we're gonna turn back towards the front of our mat. So we should move right back into that high lunge. I want you to take that knee down. We're gonna take our low lunge. So take your knee down. I want you to shift the weight back, half split here. Shift the weight back into the heels. Take that top foot up. Shift the weight forward. Lean up. Opening up that hip. Shift the weight back, half split here. Remember to lead with the chest. Shift the weight forward, gaze up. And shift it back one last time. Shift it forward. This is the last one for here. Maybe you lift up through the chest just a little bit more. Maybe even take hands towards your thigh. And then let's go ahead and take our hand down. As we shift the weight, take the knee back. We're gonna do the same thing on the opposite side. So let's shift that other foot forward. Again, we lean up our low lunge. Maybe you invite the hands, whatever feels good to you. Shift the weight back, half split right here. Shift the weight forward. Maybe you invite the hands. Maybe you just lift up. Whatever feels good to you today. Listen to your body. Shift the weight back, half split. Shifting the weight forward. And shift the weight back. Remember to keep the chest lifted, long back here. Shift the weight forward, last time here. Shifting the weight back, half split. And then let's go ahead and bring the knee back down. Go ahead and give it a rock from left to right. And let's take our child's pose here. So big toes to touch, knees out nice and wide. Shift the weight back into the heels. Bring the forehead down. Remember to breathe. Come back to your soft breath. In through your nose, out through your nose. Taking the gaze towards the hands, come back up towards your tabletop position. And we're gonna take our lizard pose here. So taking that foot to the outside of the hands. So we're gonna start with my left, but your right. So I'm gonna come off to the side so that you can see that fully. I have my sand stained knees and all. So take it off towards the side. Maybe give it a little rock from left to right, front and back, just to open out that hip just a little bit. We're gonna bring that foot and open up the foot. So open up the foot. Maybe you can lean back a little bit more. We're gonna open up that heel where we have the foot out, exposing the soles of the feet. Maybe we press into the thigh, look up towards the sky, whatever feels good to you. Maybe you stay down for this one, whatever feels good. Listen to your body here. You can open it up to your comfort. Take it back to center. Let's take the knee down and step the opposite one forward. All right, I'm really in the sand here. You see this, right? All right, we have our lizard pose on our opposite side. Maybe you open up that foot, whatever feels good to you. These are the times I miss my circle mat, right? It's too much to bring in a suitcase. Maybe pressing the hand onto the thigh, open up. Whatever feels good to you. Today I'm grateful for the breeze. Yes. Take the hand down. Let's go ahead and step that knee back. I'm gonna come right back onto my mat. I'll come back to face the normal way I've been facing. And let's go ahead and push back. Untuck the toes, push back into a child's pose. You can keep the knees together or not. Push the hands away. Tuck the chin into the chest. So we're gonna come back to our tabletop position. We're gonna take one foot forward, walking that foot over towards the hand. We're gonna take almost like a pigeon pose, or almost a 90-90 pose, 45 degrees. Go ahead and tuck that foot as we take pigeon. Maybe you have the back foot bent, or maybe you have the back foot long for our traditional pigeon. Whatever feels good to you, find your comfort here. We're opening up our hip, lift through the chest and shoulders. Did I mention that I'm thankful for the breeze today? I am thankful for the breeze. Maybe you lower down your body, maybe stacking fist, taking forehead down, whatever feels good to you. Just allowing your body to surrender here, relieving that tension from your hip, from your back, remembering to square your hips to where both hips are even, maybe not leaning over to one side or another, relieving your shoulders, just letting your body surrender. Let's go ahead and take our hands down, press back up. We're gonna untuck and tuck the back toe, come back to our tabletop position, give it a little rock from left to right. And let's go ahead and do the same thing on the opposite side. So bring that foot forward, framing the hand, walking it over towards that opposite hand. Once it gets there, let's go ahead and drop the knee. Again, you can extend that back leg long, or maybe you have your body bent, whatever feels comfortable to you. Maybe you lean forward just a little. If extending that back leg is a little too much, you can go ahead and keep it right here. And one side may always be different than the other, so just honor your body. Again, leaning forward so that knee can line up right with the hip. You can lean forward and just notice how it feels like this. Again, you can still stack fist, taking forehead down, allowing your body to relax. Feeling the stretch along the hip. Feeling your body open up and get soft with every breath. Just continue to breathe. I'm going to go ahead and place our hands down. Press, lift through our chest. We're going to tuck that back toe. We're going to come back into our tabletop position right here. Go ahead and give it a little rock from left to right. As we bring our knees to one side, come down to a nice comfortable seat, swinging those feet in front of us. If you're like me and you have a bunch of sand, maybe just taking a moment just to brush away possibly some of it. We're going to take our feet out nice and wide as we can get them. Taking our hands behind us, pressing, lifting through the chest. We're going to take our knees down to one side. Look away from your knees. Remember to lift through the chest. Open up your hip. Taking it back up to center and over to the opposite side. Just let the knees surrender. Look away from your knees and breathe. And gently taking it back up to center, giving it a little rock from left to right. I want you to take your feet, soles of the feet to touch. We're going to butterfly out our feet. Maybe hold on to the feet. Maybe even take your hands up towards your shin. I want you to sit up nice and tall here. Just allow yourself to breathe. We're going to hinge forward, so bringing ourselves forward towards our feet. Press your hips back. Lean forward. Maybe you hold on to the feet. Lifting forward. Just breathe. Maybe you can get a little bit deeper within that fold. And then gently curl back up. We're going to bring our feet back down again, nice and wide. And this time we're going to take the knees in towards each other. So maybe you give it a rock to kind of get there, whatever feels comfortable to you. So we can bring those knees together. Release the shoulders away from your ears. Just giving yourself permission to just be here. Maybe opening up the knees, maybe bringing the feet out in front of you. Getting nice and comfortable here, flexing the toes back as you sit up nice and tall. Point the toes forward. Flex the toes back. Just give yourself permission to just be here in this moment. Maybe you'd like to go ahead and cross the legs. We're going to do our Shavasana sitting up for me so I don't get my hair full of sand. Feel free to lie down if that's comfortable for you. I'm here holding space. So as I hold space for you to breathe, to just be, I want you to think about every single exhale as a way of just releasing the body, releasing the tension in your body. Maybe that's something that's been on your heart, weighing heavy. With every exhale, just relieve that pressure just a little bit. Maybe if it's just an inch or even a centimeter. Just let your body come to a state of calm. Maybe closing your eyes, softening and uncurling your toes, allowing your knees to surrender, letting your hips get soft, settling your sit bones, and letting your shoulders descend. Feeling breeze against your skin. Gently unclench your jaw. Soften your tongue. And allow your eyes to be soft. Relieving the tension through your third eye. Just letting your body surrender here and get nice and comfortable. If your mind starts to drift, just bringing it back with the breath. And when you're ready, slowly inviting movement into the body, wiggling fingers and toes, taking hands to heart center, thumbs towards your chest. I want you to thank yourself for showing up for you today in this gentle practice, thanking your body as well for showing up. And I thank you for allowing me to be a part of your day and your journey. I wish you a great, great day. Take this energy with you off the mat and share it with others, because energy is infectious and we want to share the good stuff. I wish you a great day. Remember to enjoy yourself. Namaste. All right, I hope you enjoyed the practice. Remember to let me know in the comments how you enjoyed it. Like, share, and subscribe. And remember to share it with just at least one person today. I challenge you. Can't wait to see you in the next one. Remember, Yoga with Tianna. Have a great day.